Many fans is still poking fingers at head coach Stephanie White for actually making the game not entertaining anymore, bro. This motion offense has to be addressed, and Stephanie White has to be held accountable because it's truly the offense that she's running, and it is not for Caitlin Clark at this point. Now, both Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White spoke to the media immediately after.
What really went down behind the scenes? Caitlin Clark just dropped a no-holds-barred truth bomb about her health. And she didn't spare Stephanie White either. Shade. Facts? Maybe a little of both. Delivered straight from the court, no filter, no fluff. This isn't your typical press conference. This is Caitlin and censored. And trust us, jaws are hitting the floor. Popcorn ready? You're gonna need it.
I thought at times we could have played a little bit faster, and I think that's on me, like not conceding in that. We still got to play up tempo. We still got to play fast. But I mean, I thought for the most part we did a lot of stuff that coach wanted us to do, and you know, that wasn't why we lost.
I can't hold you, man. That kind of looked like she let that slip out, man. I don't know. But I mean, we all see it. When they play slow, it's just not a good team, man. They're not as good as we see that they could be, right? So they need to play fast, man. I think, you know, they don't necessarily look that good when they're playing half-court ball. Maybe taking something from the Valkyries, man. The Valkyries run, all right? They be running.
She doesn't just look tired. She looks drained, spiritually depleted. Caitlin Clark is running on fumes, caffeine, and pure willpower, while the WNBA tosses obstacle after obstacle her way like a sadistic version of American Ninja Warrior, only with worse refs and even worse coaching. The hardwood? That's the easy part. She's dodging landmines.
League needs to take care of Caitlin, not for special treatment purposes, but that's who everybody's there to see. Everybody wants to see Caitlin Clark play. And if you let other teams and other people beat the shit out of her, she's going to spend 2 weeks out injured. And your attendance is going to drop because people aren't going to get the chance to see her. And if you actually want to be paid the same as the NBA players, obviously not by actual dollar for dollar, but for revenue percentage, you need to protect her. You need her to be playing at her best and not be having the shit.
While she's been the poster child for hope, growth, and soaring ticket sales, Caitlin Clark has also become the referee's favorite chew toy. Like they confused her with a tackling dummy. And it's not just the missed calls anymore. It's a full-blown experiment. How many illegal screens, shoulder bumps, and borderline fouls can one player survive before turning into emotional jelly?
Las Vegas Aces defeated the Indiana Fever 89-81. And this game was disappointing for many fans, not only for the fact that it seemed like the Fever had this one in the bag, but they kind of gave it away at the end of the game, but also because it seemed like there was something off with this Fever team. They didn't have the same energy and spark that we all know and love. So many fans are asking, what is going?
And it's not pretty. The whistles only sing when she's in action, turning every call into a one-woman symphony of chaos. The rulebook? Suddenly a choose-your-own-adventure written by pure anarchy. Someone sneezes on her, play on. She breathes near someone, a flagrant 2 and a 5-game suspension.
I have figured out the solution to the Indiana Fever's problems. Hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. This is what we gotta do. We got to put Caitlin Clark off ball. We need to run a motion offense. So when the defense takes away what Caitlin Clark does best, we have other players that can still perform. So when she does have bad games, we're not completely dead in the water. I think that is the best way to move forward with this Indiana Fever team.
The physicality? Criminal. Not metaphorical, suspiciously criminal. There are muggings with less contact. At this point, you almost expect defenders to be hiding brass knuckles under their wristbands. And the league's response? Crickets. Or worse, passive-aggressive Instagram posts pretending everything's fine while their brightest star gets body slammed into irrelevance. And Indiana? Don't get me started. Emotionally draining doesn't even cover it. The vibes are off. The air is heavy. The locker room feels like a haunted group therapy session sponsored by Broken Dreams and Gatorade. Caitlin stepped into a franchise that feels like IKEA furniture. Fragile, unstable, and impossible to assemble. You'd think Indiana would roll out the red carpet for a generational talent. Nope, they handed her a paper towel and pointed her toward a leaky faucet. She's playing 4D chess while her teammates are stuck on hungry hippos. The offense undefined. the defense non-existent. And Stephanie White? On the sidelines drawing up plays like she's playing Pictionary with invisible ink. No system, no direction, just vibes. And definitely not the good kind.
First talk about Caitlin Clark. So she struggled once again in this game. She was 7 for 20 from the field and 1 for 10 from 3, which puts her at 1 for 17 over the past few games. And if you're a fan of Caitlin Clark, you know that this is so unlike her. She is arguably the best shooter in the WNBA, and she is having a significant cold streak over the past 2 games. But her missing shots isn't actually what bothers me. The thing that bothered me most in the game yesterday was the one shot that she passed up. Now, she had been missing a few shots, and if you guys were on my live stream, I said the thing that she needs to do is to continue shooting. Shooters shoot. The only way to break a cold streak is to continue shooting.
Every time Clark glances at the bench, it's like staring into the void. Stephanie White stands there, waving her arms like she's ordering coffee in a chaotic drive-thru, while the game slips further into chaos. It's not coaching, it's interpretive dance. One moment she wants fast pace, the next she's yelling about patience. The players are trapped in a full-speed existential crisis, trying to decode which version of the plan they're supposed to follow, and it's starting to show. Park's game, once crisp and electric, now stutters. Passes arrive late, confidence wavers, hesitation replaces her usual reckless brilliance. And honestly, who could blame her? Try executing elite-level basketball while checking for flying elbows and scanning your bench for signs of sentient life. At this rate, Caitlin's going to need a sabbatical, an exorcist, or maybe both. What's happening isn't just bad basketball, it's psychological warfare. This league is supposed to protect and elevate its stars, not grind them down into dusty highlight reels and regret. And yet, here she is, slowly drained by a league that begged for her brilliance, but forgot how to nurture it.
Wait, what'd you say? Wait, what? Did you just tell me that Stephanie White went on an interview tour this whole entire offseason saying exactly that? Did you just tell me Stephanie White went on an interview? So how come when Caitlin Clark has a bad game, this team looks like absolute dog shit? How come when Caitlin Clark isn't busy backpacking this team, it looks like absolute dog shit? Coach, just a question. Just a question. What we saw today, folks, I feel bad for everybody that had to sit through that. Everybody that wasted 2 hours and 25 minutes watching the Indiana Fever versus the Las Vegas Aces, I feel bad that we had to sit through that. That was a tough watch.
And the kicker? She hasn't even hit her sophomore stride yet. This is supposed to be the glow-up season, the big leap, the I know what I'm doing now phase. Instead, she's trying to survive the Hunger Games armed with a water pistol and a team that's half mismatched puzzle pieces. Fans are screaming for help, while league officials sit back like they're doing Sudoku with the rulebook. A tragic, almost Shakespearean irony. A generational talent trapped in a Groundhog Day remake, where every game is just a remix of disappointment and bruised ribs. And through it all, Stephanie White smirks her way through press conferences like she's unlocked a master plan in a parallel dimension. Caitlin needs to get out before she starts second-guessing the instincts that made her unstoppable, before she trades her fire for fatigue, before she wakes up and realizes she isn't leading a revolution. She's stuck in a dumpster fire with a hoop nailed to the side.